Hi guys, thank you for watching again. I just wanted to talk about wellies today, Wellington boots. I thought what better time to talk about them than on a nice rainy summer's day here in England. So as you know, wellies are really popular, not just when it rains, but also the festival seasons such as Glastonbury, when outfits are very key, muddy fields, and we all like to look our best even when we wear our wellies. So I thought I would take the opportunity to actually talk to you about a couple of wellies that I actually own myself. They are the same brand, so they're both hunter wellies, but they are very different in terms of their style and their purpose. So first of all, I want to talk to you about the Hunter Original. You've all probably heard about that. It's one of the most popular wellies out there. I am going to show you this one here. So this one's my wellie. So this is the Hunter Original. Okay, I quite like bright colours, and I think this is what attracted me initially to buying the Hunter Original, was because, I love pink particularly. Pink is my favourite colour, and I was just like, yes, I need this wellie. So if you're really like me, you want to have something that's a bit of a style icon, not just for its purpose, but you want to look good at the same time, then the Hunter Original's a fairly good buy. At the time, this was £60, which is, can be quite expensive for a wellie. You can get other brands of Wellington boots, that might be, by supermarkets, or even, other high street brands, that, might be £20, less than that, more than that, but not necessarily as much as £60. So there are budget buys out there as well, and you can get them in all different types of patterns. But these, as I say, what I'm talking about today are just hunters. So I just want to bring your attention to the kind of style of this one. So for your £60, what you get really is just a bog standard wellie. You see the inside, it's very bog standard. There's nothing special about it. You have a little print on there that tells you about the wellie itself. And as you can see, these are fairly worn in. I've had them for a few years and they are definitely worn. If you look at the underneath, this is the tread. And again, you can see it's really worn. A lot of you probably don't just wear wellies, when you're on fields and, muddy, soft ground. But, when you're also on the tarmac, you're on concrete ground, so you're walking on pavements, it's gonna wear your shoes out. And when you pay £60 for something to wear so quickly, it can be quite disappointing, especially if £60 is a lot to you as well. So for me, these are good wellies in the sense that they're comfortable. They're great for wearing over black tights or leggings. And again, you can get them in a variety of colours. So, if you want to match them to your outfits, there are options out there. What I would say is, please bear in mind when you're buying wellies what size you need. If you are, for example, a size 5 shoe, it's recommended you get the next size of wellie up. And the reason for that is these were actually a size 5. At the time, I was a size 5 foot. Now, because of them being a size 5, I can put my leg in here and my foot, but I have to wear very thin socks or tights. And when it's the dead of winter and it's freezing, it might be snowing, and I feel like my toes are going to fall off, because these don't keep the cold out. They really do not keep the cold out. And when I walk through a puddle, I feel like my feet are wet because I can feel the cold of the water through these. So if I'd have bought the next size up, I could have worn thicker socks, and I could have worn, wellie socks as well, which are very insulating and very warm. So please bear that in mind, because if you do try to wear thicker socks with the wellie that is the size of your foot, it can get very cramped, very uncomfortable, and even pose some damage to your toes. They're all squashed. Your feet still need to breathe. So What I would say before I move on to the next pair is, as I say, the tread is worn on these, and the thing that I didn't like about these is when winter did come and there was snow and ice, and I'm talking very fine layer of ice, these were very, very slippy, and quite a lot of times I did almost fall over despite wearing these. And this is before this even worn. So when this did, wear like this, they just, you can't wear them on ice, they're just good for, it's raining a little bit and I just want to wear some fun pink funky looking wellies. Now what I will show you next is the Balmoral Hunters. Now these are for men and women, so men can wear these too. They have an adjustable strap here, and if you look, I don't know if you can see that, they will extend wider. So again, if you've got thicker legs, you've not got to worry about them being tight on the top of your leg where your calf is and feel like your blood circulation's being cut off, which sometimes you can feel like with the originals, I have to admit, even if they are the correct size of foot. These are absolutely amazing, because look at that. I mean, they are so well made. And if I show you underneath, now again, I've had these a couple of years, the same amount of time as I've had the originals, and if you look there, that tread is still intact. It is fantastic, absolutely amazing. And these, I am pleased to say, if you do walk through an ice cold puddle, you do not feel the ice cold water because they're so thick and insulated, and you do not slip on ice with these. I mean, I have walked on fine ice and I thought I'm going to go falling over, and I really haven't. These have been an absolute dream. The only thing I would say is they are incredibly heavy. So, you do sometimes feel like you're wearing army boots. I mean, I not that I wear army boots, but I feel like I'm carrying weights on my feet. So please bear that in mind. Now, these are one size bigger than my actual shoe size was at the time. So at the time I was size 5, so I got these in a size 6. This allowed me some breathing space on my foot and some movement, and it meant that I could wear thicker socks in the winter, and it meant that I could wear welly socks, which I'll show you in a second. So if you look on the inside, these are actually made with bamboo carbon. Now what this does is this really insulates the inside for you, and it also acts as a sweat resistant as well. So if you are prone to, sweaty feet, this will actually help with that. Okay. Now what I am going to show you is the welly sock that I was talking about. So these are the welly socks that you can get here. So again, these are Hunter welly socks that you can see here, and I got them to match my the Balmorals I just showed you, in a nice olive green. You can get these in a variety of colours, and they are very, very comfortable. They're like a fleece-like material. Don't know if you can see that there. So very soft, very comfortable. They will wear, as you can see, this one has a slight hole. Like any kind of socks, they will wear over time. So just please bear that in mind as well. But they have lasted a very, very long time, and they are so comfortable. So when it is freezing cold winter, these are brilliant to put inside your wellies. So when you pop them in your wellies, they will look like this. So this is the Balmoral that I showed you earlier, and this has got the welly sock inserted, and you just fold over the top and it goes over your welly like that. So the problem that you can have when you wear certain shoes and you've got socks is you probably find that your socks start to slip off your feet and they start to go underneath your feet. With these, if you were wearing tights or anything like that in your welly, so you're working in the office, you're wearing tights, you're going to wear heels in the office, for example, but you need to walk to work in wellies, but you don't want to wear socks because your socks will slip underneath your feet and come off. These won't, because they're hooked over like that. Okay, and as I say, you can get them in a variety of colours. So if you want to mix and match and add a little bit of fashion behind it, then you have the opportunity to do that. What I will say is that this is another reason why it's recommended you get a bigger size welly than your foot size, one size bigger, because I would not have been able to have put that in a size 5 welly, what my foot size was, because I would have been crammed and squashed, and I would have had very sore feet at the end of the day. The last thing I'm going to show you is you can also get these inserts. Again, these are Hunters. So these are thermal insulation. They're also got heel supports as well. So a heel cushion here. So you can see that, the heel cushion. And it's again a really nice soft kind of suede-like material. And also they will fit adjust. So you can see where they've arced over like that. So they adjust really nicely. You pop them in the insides of your shoe, so if you do need that additional support, you know, they are there. And they do have grips underneath, so it will grip to the bottom of your welly. So if you need them, these are really good as well. And the very last thing is, which I forgot to mention, was on the originals, you will see these are just plain. There's nothing there. If you look at the Balmorals here, you can see there's a little kind of bump really with the Hunter logo on them. This enables you, when you take off your welly, that you can push down with your other foot. So whether you're wearing the welly still or just your heel, you can pull down and it will lift the welly off your foot, because sometimes they do suck onto your leg like vacuums, and it can be quite difficult to get the originals off, whereas these ones come off quite easily because of this. So another really, really good feature. So those are just 2 examples of wellies. You can get different types if you are interested in the Hunter wellies. As I say, they actually do loads and loads of different styles and types. So whether you're into wellies for the look, the colour, or you want something that's more specific for the terrain that you'll be in, the environment, then they do varieties on there, so please check them out. But as I say, I thought, you know, perfect opportunity, wet, horrible weather here in England, so I thought I would talk to you about Wellington boots today. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.